Most people in e-commerce are not failing because their products are bad or because their ads are bad, but simply because no one can actually trust their store. Today, I'll be showing you guys exactly how I design my e-commerce stores and explain step by step how these stores get customers to trust us enough to spend thousands of dollars on a single product. This is a store design strategy that no one in the e-commerce industry talks about, let alone even knows it exists, so pay attention. Your store being designed correctly is what's gonna make or break your business. And that's why I'm making this video, to break down the exact design framework so you can actually get sales like this every single day in your e-commerce business, and so you can stop struggling to actually convert customers on your store. I used to focus heavily on testing new ads, testing new products, and it all led me nowhere. And after so many failed ads, so many failed products, and just so many failed stores, I realized that that actually wasn't my problem. My problem was that customers never could trust any of the businesses that I built. You see, what I didn't understand is that professional design equals trust. And when you have trust, that equals conversions. Because if you have an e-commerce business that has a great product, great ads, and it's actually making money, you don't actually need to raise your budget on ads. You don't need to test new products. Truth is, your store hasn't even reached its maximum potential. You see, if you just optimize your store, you would immediately see an increase in your sales and in your profit. That means without you having to raise your ad budget, without you having to test new products, your store's sales can literally double. That's why understanding how to design professional, trustworthy stores should be #1 on your list right now. Now let's reveal the exact framework I use in my e-commerce stores and the exact framework that I teach my students to use so they actually find success and get conversions in their e-commerce businesses. All right, let's get into it. All right, we're going to be talking about how to create a dropshipping store that actually sells. Okay, so first things first, you can already understand from this image, our stores don't actually look like dropshipping stores. They look like big companies with warehouses behind them, employees, et cetera, et cetera. And the reality is, it's just one really experienced operator that knows how to design a store in order to get customers to trust their store enough to get sales like this. This is how it goes, right? You have a product, you run traffic to that product, that traffic goes to your store, okay? This is the key. Without a trustworthy store, you're never going to make sales, okay? It's just not possible, okay? Once your store is trustworthy, you can expect these purchases. And again, our purchases are multiple four figures because we're selling higher ticket brand name products, all right? So let's talk about how I actually create these stores step by step and the actual elements that go into my e-commerce businesses, okay? So first things first, brand positioning, okay? Let's go over it. And before I go about this, I need you guys to understand you're not just selling a product, you're building a brand that resonates with customers' needs and desires, that speaks to them more than it just sells them. Okay. If you're just selling, if you're just offering discounts, if you're just, again, if you're just solely selling, I promise you guys, there's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of other stores that are just selling. Okay. But there are not as many brands that actually speak to their customer and can portray that they know what the customer wants and they know what the customer is actually going through and why they're even on their site, in your site in the first place. Okay. So brand positioning, guys, step one: fonts, spacing, color scheme, and a premium perception. A lot of people underestimate fonts. If you have a, let's say a poker table store, right? Or like a game room store, you're probably not going to have like a bubbly font that would go on a more of like a woman's clothing brand store, right? You're going to have a more professional, more of a deeper font, right? Spacing, again, not entirely insanely crucial, but if your text is like really close together, it looks like relatively weird, right? Color scheme, guys, you guys need to all have a color scheme that flows. And again, we're going to kind of talk about this deeper once I finish this. And then premium perception. This is kind of the most important part of this all. Your store needs to look premium, regardless of what you're selling. They need to feel that this is not just a small time store that was whipped up in like a day. Okay, they need to feel like this business is not only premium, but again, they're worthy to make a high ticket purchase off of. Okay, off of the first glance. All right, so let's go into graphics and imagery. Very important. Your graphics, your imagery, this all has to align with your brand and its positioning. On-site copy. A lot of people don't really understand that the words on your store actually matter. If you're in the health and wellness brand, right, or let's say you're in a game room brand, right? You have a game room brand selling poker tables, pool tables, et cetera, et cetera. You don't want to just say, hey, we have a sale going on for this poker table. Okay, that's not like your only positioning. That's not like your main offer. That's not the main value point, right? Let's say you're selling a pool table. What you're really selling is like an experience for the human being buying the pool table, an experience for the family that this pool table is getting delivered to, right? A great Friday night or years of great weekends with your loved ones. You guys understand what I'm saying? You're not just talking about what the product is. You're talking about what it's going to do for the customer. Okay. Now, less is more, white space is luxury. A lot of people get this wrong. They think they need to clutter their store with a bunch of shit. And the reality is you don't. You don't need a spinning wheel of fortune. You don't need 30 different colors. You don't need much besides complete professionalism. That's it. Okay. Now, again, clean, consistent, and calming layout. It shouldn't be cluttered. Shouldn't be confusing people on your store. It should be extremely simple, but very, very premium. Okay. So let's talk about it. So for this example, we're going to use a pretty much sauna, right? Like a health and wellness store. These are kind of the color schemes I immediately thought of when I thought of a health and wellness store, right? We got yellow, we got tan, and then we got white. Okay, three. Now, if you do have a sauna store, that's what a lot of people would think they have if they sell saunas. They put this copy on their store, saunas for sale, best price, buy now. This is not what you want to do. Okay, what you really have is a health and wellness brand. Okay, and the copy should be along the lines of health and wellness at your fingertips. Your investment in your health matters. We bring wellness to your home. Do you guys understand? Okay, you're not just selling products, guys. You guys are selling experiences. You're solving problems. All right. Now let's continue. Alongside this, the lifestyle imagery of products and use. The imagery that you have on your site, extremely important. Please make it correlate to what you're actually selling. And of course, ensure that all of these images, every one of them, guys, have to be extremely high quality. Okay. Don't even negotiate with this. They all must be high quality. Okay. Now let's continue. Trust factors and visual social proof. Okay. And as I'm going through this, guys, I'm going to show you a live example. All right. Now, business contact information immediately visible with your live chat and phone. Okay, guys, my e-commerce businesses all have the phone number on the top right of the main menu and then a live chat on the bottom right-hand corner of the store. All right. Reviews readily available. Again, you should have reviews readily available, site-wide reviews, product reviews, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. This gives customers the opportunity to see what is the experience of other customers who purchase off of your business. All right. And if you're running a good business, this should all be good reviews. All right. Now, business value separation info. These are going to be value text such as, fast and free shipping, no sales tax, safe and secure online checkout, manufacturer's warranty, et cetera, right? Consistent brand voice and visual identity. Okay, we kind of briefly touched upon this in the brand positioning, but your brand voice needs to be consistent across the board on your store. I'm sorry, on the homepage, on your product pages, on your emails, on your text message marketing, in your imagery. Everything has to be consistent and correlate to one another. All right, guys. And then again, lifestyle imagery. Just briefly touched upon this over here. The imagery again just must be extremely high quality. It must show the product, the products actually being in use from a customer. And that's of course how we get down the trust factors and visual social proof, right? This information and brain signals immediately lower customers' red flags. These are psychology signals, right, guys? Now, let's continue. Boom. Let's talk about the homepage, all right? The navigation menu, elements, and business information, okay? Your homepage should meet customers with immediate trust elements. And these elements are business contact information, branding elements, and business trust value points, okay? Navigation menu should display collections and necessary business links. All right, guys, your navigation shouldn't be just one, two little things, and it shouldn't be 50 things. Okay, it has to be the main part of your store, aka the collections and necessary business links. Okay, homepage must be professionally formatted. It can't be all over the place. It can't be, again, you guys are going to utilize pretty much the store that I'm about to show you for understanding what professional formatting means. But again, very simple, very professional is how your homepage needs to be formatted. All right, guys. Now, brand congruent imagery. Touched upon this in the previous 2 points. Your imagery has to be high quality and it has to be congruent to what you're actually selling. All right. Copywriting, boom, your copy. You're not just selling a product, you're selling a solution, you're solving a pain point. You're speaking to the customer and what they actually want and why they want it. Okay. Now, business separational value text, again, things that separate you from your competitors, right? You guys have XYZ amount of shipping date time frame. You guys don't have sales tax being charged, right? You guys do have a manufacturer's warranty. Okay, do you guys get where I'm going? Now, lastly, footer menu with store links and legal foundation. Your footer menu should kind of tie up all the information a customer needs to really understand that the store is professional and abides by actual e-commerce policy, right? You got those privacy policies, terms of service, refund policy, back order policy. You have your business operating hours, your business contact information as well. What else do we have? A newsletter sign up, things of that nature. Okay. Now let's continue, right? Product page conversion triggers psychology. The product page is where you make your money. Okay. That's where 90% of your customers, your traffic is going to go. Okay. Because you're not going to run ads to your homepage. You're going to run ads to your product pages. All right. So you need to have immediate product validating information. Why? First of all, again, customers should know exactly that they are in the right place as soon as they press that ad. Okay. Things like that product title should match that vendor, right? The vendor that you're actually your supplier, the brand name company that they're actually looking for on your store. That information should be present. The SKU, so they can ensure they're getting the right variant that they're actually searching for. Okay. Let's continue. Foundational order information present. Your customers should know exactly what's going to happen before they place the order, right after they place the order, during the process of the order being processed, and then when it actually ships out, and then when it actually arrives to their house. They need to know what's going to happen before, during, and after in order for them to feel safe and secure with making the purchase in your e-commerce store. Okay. Again, they need to understand the entire process from A to Z, and it should include trust and authority factors, right? The whole reason of this is that you want to release all the red flags that a customer could have when they land on your e-commerce store that they've never been on, and they're actually in the search of a product that's worth $1,000 to $10,000. Okay. And you should leave them with only one decision. No red flags and just one decision to buy the product. All right, guys. Now let's continue. I know not everything I just mentioned is really easily digestible. So I'm actually going to go right into one of our live done for you high ticket infrastructure client stores. And we're going to walk you through it from beginning to end. All right. Let's get right into it. All right, guys. So here we are. This is a live done for you infrastructure client store that we built for a client from the ground up, from 0 to 100. All right. Let's get right into it. Okay. So first things first, as soon as you land on this store, you can immediately sense that this doesn't feel like a drop shipping store. Okay. Right. You have a high quality logo, very simple, very professional, modern, right? We've got that main menu with all the necessary business links that actually apply to what this store is. We have business contact information up here. We have a business live chat right here on the bottom right hand corner, right? We have professional high quality imagery right here as that hero banner, that initial image right here on the homepage. We've got that business value information, that separational text that we spoke about, right? Secure payment, secure and fast checkout. Chat with us, free 24-hour chat support, free shipping when you spend above $99. Again, value points that separate this business from the competitors. Okay, we scroll down, authorized retailers. This company is authorized to sell these products, these brands right here. All right, let's continue. Our best-selling collections. Again, everything you're seeing is extremely professional, extremely sleek, extremely on brand. You're not seeing kind of images and graphics that are all over the place. The color scheme actually fits in with the entire storefront. Everything is as modern and as sleek as possible. Okay. Because when you're trying to sell products worth thousands of dollars, this is what high ticket customers look for, guys. Okay. So let's continue, right? Best-selling collections right here. Kitchen and coffee, elevate your morning ritual. All right, this is that copywriting example right here that I was talking about. We're not just selling a product. You're not seeing buy the best kitchen and coffee maker right here. It says elevate your morning ritual. Experience the art of coffee with our premium collection of espresso machines and accessories, right? The bedroom, the ultimate retreat. Bed and linens designed for unparalleled comfort. Dining room, again, this is an entire store for everything that has to do with a home. And again, we're not just talking about the products that we're selling. You can see that the customers land on this store and they feel like they're on a store that actually wants to help them level up their home, not just sell them. Okay, guys? Let's continue. All collections right here. I don't really know how to say that word. Bordeaux, sofa, beds, dining tables, desks, right? Create your personal sanctuary. Okay, guys? Copywriting, extremely key. All right. We move beyond trends to focus on enduring quality and intentional design. Each piece in our collection is meticulously selected for its superior craftsmanship and minimalist elegance, allowing you to build a sophisticated environment that lasts. All right, guys, again, we're speaking to the high paying, affluent customers who will buy from this store. We're not just telling them, hey, buy our products, we have a discount. We're literally telling them that we understand what they want and we understand how to deliver it. We feel them. Okay. So let's continue. Boom. High quality imagery right here. Really nice. It's on brand. Extremely, again, the imagery really, really matters, guys. All right. Entertain with elegance, the pursuit of perfection. You guys are starting to understand the copywriting really does matter. All right. Our best sellers, latest updates. This is what, guys, we're taking it a step further from just being sellers to being informative. We can actually walk customers through the buying process. We can help them go from point A to point B. We're not just expecting them to do it themselves. We actually have on-site blogs and on-site content to help them complete that purchase, right? So let's continue. We've got free shipping, free fast shipping, 2 years warranty, help center if you need any assistance, right? And then we talked about that footer, guys, with that foundational, you could say, policies pretty much right here in the bottom corner. We have company information, facts, about us, contact us, my account, why should they actually buy from us, price match guarantee. And then, of course, we have the policies right here that allow our customers to understand, like, okay, this is a professional business. They actually abide by policy. Got that privacy policy, refund policy, back order policy, terms of service, business to business program pro, and delivery and inspection information. Okay, and then again, help center, we have business's phone number, we have the email that can be easily reached, and then of course we have the business hours of operation along with the social medias. All right, guys. Now let's continue right on into a product page. All right. Now, as we spoke about this earlier, guys, as we spoke about this earlier, your product page is where 90% of your customers are actually going to go. Okay, so it's imperative. It's absolutely of the most importance that you have everything a customer needs to understand in order to make a high paying purchase on this page. Okay. So again, title of the product, the vendor of the product, aka the actual brand name that you're actually selling, the SKU so they can ensure they're getting the exact variant that they want. You have business separation text that's flowing right here. Questions, you should call this number if you have any questions. Certified partners, so you're guaranteed full manufacturer's warranty. Free 2 to 7 day shipping on orders above 99 bucks, right? No sales tax. So upon even reading this, they understand their shipping time frame and they understand it's going to be free. They understand that they're not going to get charged any tax. They understand they're actually going to be guaranteed full manufacturer's warranty on this product as well. And then they also have an immediate means of contacting this business immediately if they have any questions. Okay. Now let's continue. Add to cart buttons right here. Certified partners. Every single shipment that leaves our warehouse is fully covered in case of lost item or damage. Kind of just touching upon that manufacturer's warranty text that we set up here. Because again, it's very important that these customers understand that they are getting a warranty when they make a purchase from our high ticket stores. All right. And then no hassle returns. Customers can return an item within 30 days of the purchase. They just have to pay for return shipping and restocking fees. Now, mind you guys, this only applies to customers who want to return the product off of buyer's remorse. Okay, off of like no reason. The product wasn't damaged, everything was good, they just want to return it. Then if that in that case, they're going to pay for return shipping and they're going to pay that 15% restocking fee. But if if a customer receives a product that's damaged, then this goes out the window. The supplier completely pays for the return shipping fee and will also ship out the customer a completely new product. Okay, but this is only, of course, after that first product is received to the warehouse. But again, in that second variation of where there is a problem with the order, the customer will have no fault and you will have no fault as an authorized dealer as well. And the supplier will have all responsibility to get that product back to the warehouse and get the customer a brand new product to their home. Okay. Now let's continue on lower, right? Description information on the products right here. We've got shipping and delivery information right here. What happens? Oh crap, my apologies. Right. Order confirmation. As soon as your order is placed, it says all the information that's going to happen after they place the order. Okay, how the order shipment process is going to go. It's going to arrive within 2 to 7 business days. Okay, if they want rush shipping rates and options, they can contact us. Okay, we'll send you tracking information within 24 hours of your order leaving the warehouse. And again, since we sell higher ticket brand name products, they're typically larger and they're pretty much 90% of these products are going to ship via freight, via an 18-wheeler. Okay, product quality guarantee. We're telling the customers to inspect the packaging of the items when they arrive. If there's a problem, just contact us immediately and send photos to our email. Cancellation and refunds, information on that. And again, we're just giving customers everything that they need in order to feel extremely comfortable with making a purchase worth $3,300 off of this storefront that they may have just landed on. Okay, now why should they actually choose the business? Here are the top 8 reasons why you should buy from us. Safe and secure online shopping. Customer service is our top priority. Lowest prices, fast free shipping, no hassle returns, quality guarantee. We're authorized dealers, fully insured shipments. Again, our goal is to lower all of the red flags that a customer could have when making a high ticket purchase online, and we've cracked the code. This is exactly how you do it. Okay, now let's continue. Back order policy. If an order is placed on a product that is listed as back order, aka not in stock, this is what's going to happen. Okay, so again, guys, we're giving customers no reason to not trust our businesses based off of the foundational elements that we put on our site, based off of the information we put on our site, based off of the business transparency that we fill our sites with, guys. This is what's needed to make a high ticket purchase. This is exactly how I've been designing my stores. Well, it's gotten a lot better since 2020, but this is how we've designed our stores since 2020 and how we do it right now in 2025. Again, this store was completely designed for one of my clients from 0 to 100 from the ground up. All right. So listen, if you're struggling to actually convert customers in your business, you need to understand that this is how you're going to do it. Customers online right now are really skeptical, especially on storefronts nowadays that are selling products because they think everyone's a dropshipper. Now, when you portray yourself like this, all the customers that land on your store are not going to think you're a dropshipper. In fact, they're going to think you're a large operation. They're going to think you have tons of warehouses behind this storefront. They're going to think you have a 10 to 50 man team behind this storefront. And as long as you build this correctly, then that's not going to be the case. You're just an expert operator with maybe at most at scale 1 to 5 virtual assistants actually helping you out. All right, guys. So again, This is exactly how we design our stores and exactly how I make high ticket sales and have been making high ticket sales in e-commerce since 2019 at this point. And I really hope you guys can understand now that, again, making money and making sales in an e-commerce business is not luck. It's literally pure strategy. All right. So let's continue on with the mirror board. All right. Now, I want to talk about the common mistakes that I did that pretty much everyone does when they're beginning their e-commerce journey, right? They don't have any business transparency. They have no trust factors. Their branding is just absolutely terrible. They're just selling. They're not actually solving a problem. Okay. And then they're filling their store with a bunch of random stuff that actually doesn't help your store convert any more customers. Okay. I know this sounds familiar, and it sounds familiar for me too, because this is literally all I was doing in the very beginning. I was wondering why I couldn't make any money in e-commerce. I was wondering why no one was buying from our store. And the reality is, I wouldn't have even bought from my store myself. Literally. All right, guys. So now, when you actually design stores like this, these are the type of results that you can expect, right? Brandon made $5,300 with a single customer with spending only $100 on ads. Okay, $100. We're talking about 100 into 5.3K. That's like a 50 ROAS, right? Literally right here, right? $4,800 with 2 sales. Okay, this is Ben right here. $3,500 with a single order. Okay, this is Amir right here. And again, guys, we're talking about results that are happening right now as we speak in 2025, not results from 2019, 2020. Amir right here with his second high ticket sale of about $1,000. We've got, oh, if you guys know me, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys understand this is literally my lock screen. Posted this like 9 days ago. Okay. I don't really post my sales all the time now because it's not really something that I'm not used to anymore. I've been making high ticket sales for fucking 5 years. Right. But when I do feel like posting it, you're going to see it. Right. But again, boom. And now top student Kenny, man, $30,000 day with 24 customers in his business. All right. Again, this is my top student. We took him from zero to $300,000 a month every single month in his store. I actually just recently uploaded a student interview live where I actually flew to his city. And again, I interviewed him and kind of asked him the questions that really every beginner wants to hear, especially to someone who's making 300K a month in e-commerce, who started as a complete beginner. All right, guys. So again, the results are here. This business model is not going to go anywhere. And hopefully you guys understand that right now, what I just showed you is not a form of virality or like hype business model. This business model is derived from multi-billion-dollar companies like Wayfair and Best Buy, who have literally been running the authorized dealer business model, but in person for well over 20 to 30 years now. I just figured out that they have an online authorized dealer program that's now available to e-commerce entrepreneurs, typically people with a specific amount of expertise, where we can actually become authorized dealers, gain access to these high-end brand name products, build stores like the one I just showed you, and actually make high ticket sales and make a lot of money online. All right, guys. So listen, guys, Q4 is here. Okay. I have a one-on-one mentorship and I have a done for you infrastructure service where if you can't build a store like this, like I just went over, no problem. I can get it done for you. Okay. And I do want to note, guys, after quarter 4, I will likely only be taking one-on-one mentee per quarter. All right, guys. So that means 4 mentees for the entirety of 2026. So if you're actually looking to make money online, right? If you actually want to build a long-term sustainable business in a business model that doesn't require hype, doesn't require virality, and a business model that me and you both know are going to be here forever because saunas, wine coolers, basketball hoops, pergolas, poker tables, these products are going to continuously sell online even after me and you leave this earth. It's not something that we need to go verify on Google or ChatGPT, right? Again, if any of this sounds interesting to you guys, please, first of all, like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe, and then guys, continue to watch my videos so you guys can learn an e-commerce model that actually works and will never stop printing sales, not only sales, but business equity online. All right, guys, I want you to never forget, we are building digital assets from the ground up. The skill of e-commerce is not just making money and selling products to customers. It's actually learning how you can start something from zero, an idea, a thought, build it, scale it, and now it's a digital asset that can be sold for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to an investor online. All right, guys, don't forget to watch more of my videos out here on YouTube where I teach beginners just like you how they can go from zero to actually making high ticket sales and scaling a high ticket e-commerce business online, guys. All right. I really hope this video helped you out. If you guys have any questions, any new video suggestions, throw them in the comments below. Please like, subscribe if you like this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.